Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the 32nd episode of Travel Updates with Tanvi Goel of AusIndia Travels. And with that, we'd like to welcome to the show once again. Tanvi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Umesh. Thank you, everyone. Yes, it's 32nd episode. Really came long way. Really never thought 8-9 months back that, there'll be a lot of information and a lot for me to learn every time as well. So thank you so much to you and Umesh, Australian Indian Radio for this great opportunity. Now, guys, before we go ahead, I'd like to again inform you all that anything we'll share or discuss in today's episode is all general information only. As you know, the rules and regulations can change anytime. So please, keep yourself updated and you can call us as well to ask whatever is new as well.
And of course, as Tanvi has mentioned, that rules and regulations do change from time to time. So please do, keep yourself updated and keep watching the shows, and you'll find out a lot about that, of what's happening and what can be done and what can't be done. And of course, we know that at this point in time, there's still so much uncertainty and everything around especially international travel, as we'll find out as we move into the segment today. But let's open the segment today's one by first of all trying to find out that who can fly from Australia to India at this point in time, Tanvi.
Okay, so Australia to India, all Indian citizens on temporary visas, whether it's visitor visa or any other temporary visa, you all can fly. The Australian citizens and PR are not getting any exemptions to fly, so sorry, you can't fly. But flights are going as usual. There are a couple of flights for pretty much all destinations, which we're going to discuss with you shortly. So yes, it's open, flights are going, and all Indian citizens can still go to India.
Okay, so then it's wonderful news that flights are open and going. Well, of course, for all those rules and regulations in place as well. So having said that, and now let's move on. So what are the flight options from Brisbane at this point in time?
So from Brisbane, we have at least 2 flights a week with 1 stop, and the next available is actually tomorrow, 28th of May. It's still possible because all you have to do is just a COVID test and fill a form online and you can leave. So 28th of May, then 4th of June, 11th of June, and 18th of June. And after that, pretty much every Sundays and every Fridays especially, we have flight from Brisbane to all part of India. And to those who are going to Delhi, we have option for 4 hours and 40 minutes. And if you're going to any other city in India, then you have 16 to 17 hours of per option. And we can still give you hotel or lounge, whatever is applicable at the time. But yes, there are plenty of options from Brisbane at the time.
So options are there, and that either you get the hotel or you get the lounge as per what your status are, as we have discussed in some of our prior episodes. So you can go back and find out. That's a good one for you to find out who gets the lounge and who gets the hotel, and why is that, in case we have explained that before. Well, of course, moving on from Brisbane now, let's go to Sydney. So what are the options from Sydney?
So from Sydney, we have direct flights on 29th of May, 1st of June, 5th of June, and 8th of June, if we tell you about the next available week. And after that, we have a couple of flights every week from Sydney. Otherwise, we can connect you from other cities as well. But yes, there are plenty of flights from Sydney too.
So plenty of flights from Sydney, and of course, right now, hey, you heard what's happening in Melbourne once again. So there's, it always starts there. But right now, talking about what we're talking today in this segment is about all the flights. And so, what are the flight options from Melbourne at this point in time?
So from Melbourne, as you guys know, there are some cases, but still, fortunately, flights are not affected. Flights still going as per the plan. 9 o'clock, Emirates flights are flying, at least 2 flights a week. So we have 29th of May, 2nd of June, 4th of June, 8th of June are still available. And there'll be a lot more flights, 2-3 flights a week from Melbourne afterwards as well. So yes, it's all good from Melbourne too at this stage.
Well, of course, Melbourne's good to go as well. Right now, let's check out Adelaide in South Australia. What's happening there? What are the flight options from?
So from Adelaide, we have 1 flight a week, at least. That's 20th of May, 4th of June, 11th of June, and 18th of June. So yes, 1 flight a week we have from Adelaide at this stage.
So one flight per week from Adelaide at this point in time. And what about Western Australia and Perth? What's happening there?
So from Perth, we have 30th of May, 2nd of June, 6th of June, 9th of June. So this time we can see there are at least 2 flights a week from Perth. So yes, it's all good to fly from Perth as well.
So Perth is all good. But, there have been so much talks about all the rules and regulations that Australian government put down. And, of course, Australian government and its right to its own citizens. That has been in question as well. So, one of the top things that people probably would be looking at this point in time is, okay, so what's happening with any flights coming out of India to Australia? So what's the situation there?
Okay, so first of all, guys, I would like to tell you who can fly from India. Still, this question is being asked every week by so many people. So I thought, let me just clear what's happening now. So it's still the permanent residents, Australian citizens, and some exemption holders. So all exemption holders can fly from India to Australia. I have got a good news from some temporary residents who recently have read some news as well that seems there are some more skill sets added in TR exemption. So if you are one of the temporary residents stuck in India, you might apply exemption and you might get it as well. So please check what are the skill sets added. I'm sure there is a medical and some IT and some other stuff as well. So you can apply the exemption. But yes, PR citizens and exemption holders can come from India. Mainly, if I tell you what happened the last whole week, mainly only Qatar Airways flight is coming, Qantas, Government One or Air India is coming at this stage. As I mentioned, Qantas and Air India is invite only. Government or airlines will call you to contact. But if you want to have private option, only Qatar Airways is coming at this stage. So Qatar Airways wise, and there are flights, I think 30th of May, 2nd of June, 4th of June, 8th of June. There are some flights which we are trying to book as well. And after that, there are some business classes available as well from 19th June and afterwards. So yeah, there are quite a few flights for Qatar. That's the one which we are booking. You can send us expression of interest and we are taking, doing registration as well. And you tell us which date and destination you have to fly. And, we are sorting out the flights. We know some people are trying from different countries as well, such as Maldives, staying there for 14 days and coming from there. So that's the option as well. And Garuda Indonesia charter update. So far, they have not rescheduled any of the charters because the Indonesian government has not given any permission to fly through Indonesia because of higher cases in India. But hopefully, next couple of weeks, we'll have some option. And those who need to apply for the refund for Indonesian Airlines charter or the Malaysian Airlines charter, we are all processing refund. So that should not be a problem. We should be able to get the refund. Now, what is a refund time is it can be 2 weeks, 2, 5, 6 weeks. So that's much time they may take. Otherwise, there are some people who are trying to still keep their spot. That's possible. So Qantas flight wise, we heard there are 6 flights coming in the next couple of weeks. And 2, 3 flights of Air India coming from India. So these are the main flights. But yeah, if you want the private charter or private flight options, then Qatar Airways is the only option which you can take. I also like to go through with you guys that what are the documents you require when you fly from India, because this is the question being asked by people every single day. We thought, this is the time which we have to tell you really updated list because there are few changes happened recently. So if you're coming from India to Australia, you definitely need your passport. So passport definitely very, very important. Now, if you have renewed your passport, because I know there are some people who are stuck there for over a year, you have renewed your passport. So please make sure you are carrying your old passport as well. That is very, very important. Number 2 is the visa copy or exemption. So if you're flying on exemption and you need your exemption or visa copy, please do that. That is very, very important. Third is the RT-PCR test. So that's a COVID test. COVID test from India is now 48 hours before your international flight. That's very, very important. And it has to be in a physical form, guys. And I want to give you a tip here that please, if you, wherever you're doing, and you can find out a place where they have a QR code option, that will make your life easy. Because if there is a QR code, then, they can do it faster because there are quite a few spots where they check your COVID test. And also, passport number is mandatory on your COVID test from India. So that is very, very important. Generally, report in India is coming around 6 to 8 hours. So if you are booking for tomorrow and, doing your COVID test today, it's pretty much fine. But please check what are the approved labs rather than going in a normal places. That will be really important. If you're coming from Qatar Airways, then there's a Qatar Airways consent form which you need to fill. I know some passengers filled even while they were on the journey, but it is very important, a very simple form as well to fill. Australian travel declaration, that is mandatory for anyone who is coming from India to Australia. Doesn't matter which flight you're coming to, it is very, very important. Also, the state registration is important. So generally those who were coming to Perth, they have to fill G2G form. And I heard for the Queensland also there is a Queensland International Arrival Registration, and maybe for Victoria and other places also there will be some state registration. That is very, very important. Please check that whichever state you're coming to. And if you're coming with Qatar or government flights, then you have to do the antigen test. That is also important. So these are the main documents required. I'll be putting you on the post as well, those ones, so you know that what is the checklist. But please don't worry. As soon as you get the seat, that means just wow. I think just say big wow. You just have to think of your COVID test and make sure you are negative in that. If it's negative, believe me, half of your attention is definitely gone. Remaining things are just, you have to just jump online and fill it, and that's all good. So you'll be fine. So yeah, these are the really main updates from India to Australia, Misty.
Well, that's quite an update, and of course options are there, but you need to be really careful to make sure that you have followed all those steps and all the procedures there. Otherwise, you might be turned away from the airplane. So I mean, it is good that you have discussed and you have explained to everyone what is actually required in great detail. So that is the great information, and it could be very, very helpful to someone who's planning that. Well, right now, so we've heard about who can go to India, who can come from India. We've looked at the flights from all of the major cities. But of course, we know at this point in time, government and everyone's sort of encouraging, people to travel locally to boost the economy. So what is happening? Are there any exciting things happening nationally here in Australia?
So basically, I think it's really going amazing. I can see there are a lot of changes and a lot of flights even adding up. They are even more than it was pre-COVID. So that's really exciting and surprising as well. So Qantas also announced that they're going to add more domestic flights. So 7 more domestic flights they are adding, and it's more than pre-COVID time. New routes includes Townsville to Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, then Adelaide to Cairns to Hobart, Sydney to Uluru, and Perth and Perth to Gold Coast. So these are the main 7 routes they're going to add, and they also said there'll be 45 more routes to fly, which they are planning, and they are more than, as I said, pre-COVID time. And this time, 5 of the routes will be operated by their E190 regional jets, while Airbus A330 and 200 jets will be operated for more flights from Darwin Darwin from Sydney and Brisbane, and also into Perth from Sydney and Melbourne. So yeah, there are a lot more jets and exciting aircrafts you guys can see, and a lot more connections. So the connection time is less, and you guys really can enjoy those destinations. Next up from Virgin Australia, guys, you might remember we have discussed sometime that Virgin Australia, for their frequent flyer program, they are trying to add 7-Eleven for quite some time. They have given the proposal, and guess what? This time we got another surprise that while we were discussing about 7-Eleven, they have already announced Medibank as a new loyalty partner. So allowing member to score up to 130,000 points when you take one of the new eligible hospital extra cover with insurance company, that's by 31st August. That tie-up will also see Virgin Australia loyalty members able to earn more points on various promotions, and when they're taking those covers, and the policy to earn a minimum 15,000 points as well. So yeah, it's really great, because definitely a lot of people need the Medibank and any other insurances as well. Yep. So yeah, that's really good news, and I'm sure the 7-Eleven are going to add as well. I myself will through them and get better deals. So yeah, definitely, when you are flying, you have the same time option to earn more points and have more benefits through them. So that's really great news. And Link Airways, next is from Link Airways. So Link Airways has announced a number of near direct flights connecting from Brisbane and Sydney to regional areas in Queensland and New South Wales. The new routes will be introduced on 30 or 31st May. That means before our next episode for sure. And that's including Armadale to Brisbane, Coffs Harbour to Brisbane, Inverell to Sydney, and to Brisbane, Sydney, and Narrabri with Sydney. So there are so many new, routes are coming as well with them, and their fares are quite good as well. So yeah, you must go and check it out. Next from Jetstar. So Jetstar Airways Boeing 787 are back after over a year. With the airlines to operate the aircraft on its domestic routes. Domestic travelers will not able to access in-flight entertainment still, and there is no business class in this particular aircraft. And business class cabin seats are, even they are there. There are no extra rooms as well, and but yes, these aircrafts are back, and they are all still operating for all the domestic travelers, keen to fly in economy seats. So yeah, still it's a good news, basically.
Yes, that is good news. Look, it is all about travel and extra leg room or not, but, still you're getting there and moving on as well. So we've talked about, all these exciting things happening nationally, and we have talked about all the flights coming in and out of the major cities and, of course, to and from India as well. Now, what about other destinations in the world? So internationally, I think it's time we looked at what's happening internationally. So what are the updates in the international scene?
So for in international, I'll always like to start with our neighbors. So the exciting one is New Zealand. So guys, I've seen recently there are lots of cruises for New Zealand, and booking is all open. So Portal Cruises showcased around 40 new New Zealand cruises sailing. You can book the sailing for 2021 till 2023. Cost is around $5,700 per person for 7 nights, and there are some tour which I really like, just donated to Donated. They also got the South Island options, and there are other options where you can buy up to 14 nights. And they also have offer for $800 discount when the new guest is coming. And if you like to book early, then they have up to 30% off as well. So yes, that's really exciting. While New Zealand is open, it's just not land-wise, but you can buy cruises as well. And it's all really going very exciting everywhere, and the flights are increasing in every sports as well. And if you want to book a short tours, you can jump on our website as well, www.ausindiatravel.com.au, and you can buy all the short tours from our website. I got a little, one more news as well. Since there are more cases in Victoria, New Zealand paused Victoria for around 72 hours from 25th May onwards. So I hope it's just for 3 days, and then authority going to see whether they're going to extend it or what's going to happen. But yes, it's pause for a moment. So if you have booked any of your New Zealand flights within this time, you can always look for the option to reschedule your flight, and I think you should be fine with that. Next up from Singapore. So guys, as always, Singapore came up with really amazing, technology again to make us all, safe when we are flying. So Singapore has provisionally approved a 60-second coronavirus breath analyzer test that could be used to expedite international travel. The breath analysis produced by Breathonics, a spin-off company from the National University of Singapore, is being carried out alongside COVID antigen test. The breath test achieved more than a 90% accuracy in Singapore-based pilot clinical trial. Company has already confirmed. So that's really amazing. I think that they can just do it 60 seconds and find out that's what's happening with 90% accuracy. So once again, well done, Singapore, for bringing so many technologies and doing a really amazing test. So that's gonna be great. They're gonna add that very soon. And also about Singapore, last time we discussed with you that Singapore has committed net zero carbon emissions by 2050, and they are also adding so many new aircrafts, and trying towards higher operational efficiency, adopt new carbon technology, and source high quality carbon offsets. So after Singapore Airlines, now Cathay Pacific came up as well with the same kind of thing. So Hong Kong-based airline Cathay Pacific has unveiled a commitment to cut its carbon emissions to net zero by 2050 as well. So that's what we always say, that one person starts, the rest everyone else follows. But it is always there, someone definitely gives inspiration to other airlines or other people to follow. So that's really amazing as well that Cathay Pacific came up to. Next is from Thai Airways. So Thai Airways International Rescue Plan has been approved by its creditors. So more than 90% of the creditors accepted Thai proposed business restructuring plan, which will now go before the Central Bankruptcy Court. So we hope that there will be some good news for the creditors from that. Next is from Royal Brunei Airlines. Will soon be have an upgraded international internet booking engine. Sorry, that's internet booking engine and mobile application after signing a tech deal with software business got hit it. So HITIT. And tie-up will see the airlines offer more intuitive booking and greater client personalization. So these all, internet booking engines are all working really hard to give all, very good experiences where we can do it, touch-free and all that. So that's really amazing news as well. Next is from Fly Dubai. So Fly Dubai will operate 3-week flights to Greek destinations. We have informed you in last time as well, while that time they were planning, but this time they have announced the date that they're going to start from 18th June to 29th of September for now, for trial for sure, and after that they'll be adding a lot more flights. So launch of these flights to 2 Greek islands bring the number of seasonal routes served by Fly Dubai to 6, including Bodrum and Trabzon in Turkey and Batumi in Georgia as well. So yeah, they are really adding a lot more, destinations, which is a great news as well. Next up from UK. So UK travel scheme visitors, United Kingdom will be required to receive an ETA as well prior to arrival, like you used to do for USA. And what ESTA, so ESTA scheme, as well as proposed European Travel Information and Authorization System. So that's ETIAS, which is expected to launch next year. So same way you will be doing for UK as well. And they're going to launch it very soon. And also we had news from the other cruises. So Alaska Cruise is back on as well. So cruise lines have begun announcing voyages to Alaska over the upcoming northern summer after lawmakers in Washington, D.C. passed a bill which will allow vessels to operate there without visiting a foreign port as well. So yeah, Alaska Cruise is definitely back on. And similarly, I saw that there are some other cruises as well which are planning to start as, situation gets better in every country. And hopefully, as we go further, there will be a lot more international cruises as well. So yeah, these are more update. And all I can tell you from all this is that all airlines and government and cruises, they all are working towards, some improvements and trying to give us better experiences in future. So let's just be optimistic with that. And yeah, there are a lot more great news coming next week as well. So stay tuned for that too.
Right. That Alaska cruise sounds very, very good. Well, just a while back we did book, but there was something that happened and we couldn't go at that time. So that's something which is still on the hit list to do. Well, right now, at this point in time, people who are planning either all these international destinations and all the points that you have just covered, or locally ones as well. So what are the tips for people? What should people be doing and what should they be on the lookout for if they're traveling at this point in time?
First of all, I will say the same thing again, everyone, that please always keep rules and regulations, what's happening, whichever destination you're going. Be very, very flexible with your plan. And don't get disappointed in case you're not able to go. And, always have the flexible options. So whenever you're booking, try to book the refundable options, the flexible options. Majority of airlines and cruises or hotels, wherever you go, they are anyway flexible, but they have some options where, you can choose, the cheaper option where, they are non-refundable. So try to choose those options where, you don't have to pay much or you can reschedule it later on. Whenever you go, please make sure, especially if you're coming from India to Australia, that you are safe at least 14 days before you try to isolate yourself. And you should not get COVID, because if you are getting it, it can be a lot more hassle for you coming here. And please try and search the COVID test lab close to your place, especially those who are approved, the government approved ones. So, you don't have to rush and find out last minute, because sometimes, like I got the passenger who are flying from Qatar Airways just tomorrow, and we got the seat just today. So that means if you start searching for that, lab now, that it can take a lot of time. So try and speak to your lab. before the flight, and just talk to them. There'll be some contact person who will tell you details that how you all have to do it in case they have option to come to you and take your test. So please, get all these things sorted before you come, and also, sort out other links and everything which you need to do. I'm talking about India to Australia mainly because that is something which is, kind of stressful these days. And when you're flying from Australia to India, it's very straightforward. You just take a COVID test and fill the online form and you go. But when you're coming from India, there is a lot more research to be done. And please don't get diverted at what your friends said and what's happening, because we are still listening that, there are so many people just flying things, just following things blindly. And also something very, very important, please be very careful of scammers. We heard there are so many people who are just taking, money out of blue and not giving you anything. So before you give any deposit or anything to anyone, please make sure that, they are legit, they are someone you can believe, because once the money is gone, especially in international bank accounts and all, you won't be able to get anything. And sometimes one bad experience really demotivated you to the bigger level. And we don't want you to be stuck with that one. So please, and I would really recommend you all to join Facebook group. So if you are in Australia trying to go back, join the Indians stuck in Australia. If you're in India, join Australians stuck in India. There are a couple of pages. And we have a special Facebook group for the students and TRs as well. So please join those groups because regularly there are updates coming. And if you have flown recently, please share your experience in the group so other people can take advantage of it. If we are in this together, guys, once again, I just want to tell you this thing that but things are improving and getting better, and I'm sure those who are stuck in India, you will be here very, very soon. And we got some, very kind people. I want to thank them all, those who could bring the unaccompanied minors. Thank you very much that you have done it. And we got 3 more people who are looking, we are already working on that. So thank you very much once again for everything. Wherever you are, just stay safe. If you are planning to come in July or June, please send us expression of interest so we can send to airlines and we can maybe send to government as well that these many people want to fly on those dates. If you like this particular episode, please share with your family and friends. You can find this on Australian Indian Radio YouTube channels, our AusIndia Travel Facebook page and YouTube. And if you liked it, please go through our 31 episode as well. Like Umesh mentioned before, that you can find out that who can go in lounge or who can go in hotel in Emirates. That's something which you can search in our previous episodes. And once again, guys, I just want to tell you all, please keep dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. World is opening up slowly. Whatever, because I always believe positivity really takes you to the place you really want to be, and everything will be good from there. So thank you very much once again. You can see our reviews as well. If you have flown with us or if you like this episode, please give us your feedback. That will really help us keep going and also improving it to the level or to better, to make it better next time. So please let us know that as well. And once again, thank you so much for all the updates. And if you have any questions, feel free to message us. Just one more thing. It doesn't matter what you have booked with us or not. We are there to help you, even though, you need the documents to be checked or you need more list or anything else. Just give us a call on 040-440-3264. You can jump on Facebook, just message us on Facebook. That's AusIndia Travel Facebook page or Messenger. You can jump on our website as well. So yes, we are here to help you. And I hope you are all happy and safe as well wherever you are.
And of course, happy and safe, it's a key word for now, because like it or not, this is the new norm. It is going to be like this. We will need to adjust and adapt. And so, there will be rules and regulations which we will need to follow, in moving forward. So I think this will be the way forward. And I think you have explained that quite well. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been the 32nd episode of travel updates on a weekly basis with Tanvi Goel of AusIndia Travels. Once again, Tanvi, thank you so much for all that you have done.
Thank you so much, Umesh. Thank you, everyone. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you.